Hello, welcome to All Mama All Right. I wanted to quickly jump on. I know I usually don't record until I have some day under my belt, but just finished my therapy session and it was an ED times a trillion moment. So I wanted to share it as quickly as possible. And because it's crazy. The correlation between control, time in life, trauma, body, just the whole jazz. So I was just sharing about what vacation was like and what my ED looked like on vacation. And I shared a little bit about it while recording or in some of my recordings, but I did great. I mean, I had absolutely no episodes. I was all in with allowing myself to just eat what I wanted to and eat to the point of fullness and even past, the uncomfortable fullness, and really not purge at all, and move my body because I wanted to move my body, not because I felt like I needed to move my body because of what I ate. And really key is just trust. I really went in with the manifestation that I will survive. As extreme as that sounds, it's not extreme. I mean, sometimes when I've never really allowed my body just to do. And so that was one thing I just wanted, really trust my body. And I swear every morning I would go to bed saying, I feel full, but just, not tonight. If you want to have an episode tomorrow, you can have an episode tomorrow. And this is the kind of a little tactic that we use in the rooms in Alcoholics Anonymous is just don't drink today. Just don't drink today. You can drink tomorrow. Go for it. Drink all you want tomorrow, but just not today. And the more and more days you get under your belt, you realize, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So I was kind of applying that. I was applying that while on vacation every night, because those are my difficult times is end of day when I just feel like, oh my gosh, I had way too much today. Let's just kind of clean out the system and start the new day fresh. So that was becoming such a habit and a pattern. And so I would, every night I was like, okay, not tonight. If you want to, have some behaviors tomorrow, go for it, but not tonight. And I would wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't gain 1,000,000 pounds. I feel great. I feel strong. I am actually hungry. My body did what it needed to do. And even at times I'd wake up like at 3 a.m. and I'd still feel, like the fullness from the day before and a little like not used to that feeling. And I'd be like, hey, my body still has about 4 more hours of work to do. Go back to bed. Let it do its job. And then I wake up and be like, holy shit, my body knows what to do. And so I was able to we were gone for a total of, let's see. I want to get this number correct. So we left on the 10th to head down to my parents' house. So I'm going to act as if that's when I'm really starting this. I'm not sure when the last episode was, but prior to that. So on the 10th of February. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 freaking days. That's huge, y'all. that is huge. I haven't had that many days of not having an episode since pregnancy. Since pregnancy. So that's snaps to this mama. And it's different. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And this is what we came to today in my session. How I approach eating disorder, or why my eating disorder hung around for so long, and what it was doing, because it was serving a purpose. I mean, when one has some sort of substance abuse or eating disorder or whatever, it is often because they are trying to not feel, lessen, diminish, just get rid of, avoid. They're trying not to be with whatever they're not wanting to be with, and I guess I can only talk for me. So let me change this. I never wanted to feel out of control, because in my mind and in my body, it's a body and mind thing. The last time I felt out of control was when I was drinking 24/7, binging, purging 24/7, depressed 24/7, and suicidal, probably 24/7. Sexual trauma, and I was in a larger body. So all of these things, that's what I associate being out of control with. So that's when I feel into what out of control is. I can literally feel me being in senior year of college in my basement room, surrounded by vodka bottles. So vodka, fifth, Domino's pizza, and probably one of the big pasta things that they had specials, that whatever, big pasta things, heavy. So it's probably maybe 30 pounds heavier, and hadn't showered weeks, or at least a week, but maybe 2. Probably haven't left the room in about a week or so. Friends or whatever sitcom I was watching on repeat. And then I would eat, and then I would throw up, and then I'd drink, and then I'd pass out, come to, eat, throw up, drink, literally. Cigarettes in between, smoking cigarettes, out of control. So ever since then, I have stuck with an eating disorder. I have thought that the only way to ever survive this is to control the size of my body, because that's the only thing I really can control. And I will never get to that place again. I will never feel that way again. I will be safe and secure and tiny and little and here. And that, so finally, with this last trip, and really just allowing those feelings of being uncontrolled to come through, of not in control, I'm just going to, again, eat how I used to think was out of control. I'm going to eat that way. I'm going to move, or not move as much, as a way that I felt like that was out of control, that's in control. That doesn't make sense. I'm trying to paint a picture that is still so mind-blowing to me. But basically, today I just told my eating disorder that you don't have to protect me anymore. What I just learned over these last 19 days was I can I am more in control by just being and allowing my body to do what it does and allowing myself to move through the food world gracefully and peacefully and how it wants to, however it wants to. And that looks like having carbs whenever, having desserts whenever, eating whenever, whatever. And that's not out of control. That's just doing and being. And it's a good thing to nourish your body. And it's a thankful way. It's a thing, like every time I get full, thank you for getting full, body. Okay, now you do you. And it does it. And then when I'm hungry again, thank you for allowing me to be hungry again. So basically, my eating disorder has been trying to protect me so much, because anytime I felt that sense of even a slight tinge of out of controlness, it was sending me straight back to that basement bedroom. That bedroom in the basement, surrounded by dominoes and vodka. Not even the good vodka at that point. That was like cheap shit. So low shelf, bottom shelf vodka, and and depressed and suicidal. Like literally, that's where that feeling of uncontrol, of being uncontrol or out of control, sends me viscerally and in my brain. So it's like I never knew that. I never had that connection until today, until talking to my therapist, and also finally having kind of proof that I can trust my body, because I did, and I really didn't limit myself from eating the way I wanted to and moving the way I wanted to and not moving the way I wanted to. Like it was hard as hell, but I was able to do it. And with all the manifesting and the affirmations and communication, I mean, after certain meals, I would out loud at the table say, my body is doing, I am full, and this is a good feeling, and my body is doing what it's supposed to do. My body is thanking me for feeding it. I am nourishing my body. I had to say that out loud for me to actually attempt to believe it at some point. And then I learned, so I was on my period for about 4 days of the trip, and it's my first period since before I got pregnant. So after, pregnancy. And I learned from my therapist that it is, if not the hardest period or time that a woman goes through after having their baby, because their body is just so out of whack, and their emotions are that much more intense, or their hormones are just that much off, and you're not used to feeling your body in that type of way, and it often leads to eating disorders. So if you're already in your eating disorder, it most likely will just spike you into it, because it increases the when you're on your period, you just obsess a lot, or I do, and that's just part of the chemistry. It's like it enhances the obsessiveness of everything, and I thought I was going crazy. I posted on Instagram. I was like, is this normal? Someone needs to tell me this is normal, because I am going nuts. And I out loud would be like, husband, I am 1,000,000 pounds today. And he'd be like, okay. And then I'd be like, Aaron, or husband, I am going to eat a bunch of crap today. And he would be like, okay. But I had to like get it out of because I was obsessing about it. I was obsessing about everything that I was feeling and needing and wanting to do, but not knowing if it was okay to do. And because my body was going crazy, my mind was going crazy because of my period. Totally normal. And this actually happens a week leading up to it. So I had been experiencing this and probably thinking it was just me getting out of my ED, or trying something new in my eating disorder without having the disorder. But it's actually just me getting ready for the period and then getting the period. And so, feeling totally insane. And so I found that to be kind of reassuring that I in fact was supposed to be feeling crazy. And yeah, so that is just I'm so sorry, a little thing popped up. I have a meeting at 1 if I can make it, but it all depends on this little Z girl. She needs to get up soon, and I think she's still sleeping, so maybe I'll have a couple minutes with the meeting. But I am just I feel like I've reached a new vibration in my recovery with eating disorder, because I literally have seen that I will survive. And I used to think that everything I put in my mouth would just be like on the outside of my body. Isn't that crazy to think? Like, I literally thought that. And that's probably from when I was a child and started with my restriction and everything, because that sounds very kiddish. But I literally would think, okay, if I eat some pizza, then I'll get like this much pizza on me somewhere on my body, or to anything, ice cream, and any of the any foods, but mostly like the quote unquote, what I had labeled as a super, super little kid as the bad foods. But on vacation, I ate whatever. I listened to my body. I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to binge my way through this vacation, and go nuts and feel like shit the entire time, because that's ultimately what I want to just live in, is feeling good in my body. And I can't eat certain things because I just don't feel good when I do. I mean, I really don't feel good when I have fried food. I just don't. I really don't. When I have a really heavy sugar, like a really heavy ice cream, or sorry, salt and straw. But love you. Oh my gosh, your lavender love, but I sometimes can't. Or just too much. Like, I really don't feel good. Some other, I don't need to, apologies for naming foods and stuff. But so I'm not approaching this as like, oh my gosh, I trust my body now, let's eat all the crap, and because I can, it's like I want to feel good. So I'm going to stick to things or I'm going to learn what feels good and go from there. But the biggest thing is that my eating disorder, I'm telling you here out loud in front of everybody, you don't have to protect me anymore. I'm not the same girl that was locked in her basement, surrounded by Dominoes, vodka, not showered, not talking to anybody, depressed and suicidal, and I'm not that person anymore. I am a mama. I am all right. I have a wonderful daughter, a wonderful husband, a wonderful life. I'm pursuing my purpose. I'm scratching my derriere because it itches, And I am just so excited to have found this new form of freedom with food and fun and health and body. Oh my gosh, being able to practice and like practice yoga, wearing certain things that I never thought I'd wear, it feels magical. And just and oh my gosh, and just in wanting to um just allow my body to be and show and be with it, and like holding my face, like I want to just like rip my face off and be with my body. um and and yeah, so thank you for letting me share. I really just felt like that it's such a huge, huge, again, just higher vibration to my recovery. And I really am feeling just grateful that I stuck with it for that I'm sticking with it, but then I gave myself a chance to trust again, to trust again. And I can't wait to continue calling in all of the freedom and all the new experiences and just all the growth and opportunity that I know having this new sense of freedom will bring. Because I don't need to control. I don't need to figure out days and times and places and things and when to eat and when to not eat. I mean, literally, I don't even want to go back to that train of thought. And I'm just really happy and a little, yeah, pretty overwhelmed. I took a pregnancy test just because I was like, why am I crying so much? Um, Not pregnant, but I think I'm unleashing a new side of joy and freedom. Bottom line, freedom. So, um, hopefully, y'all are feeling free from something that you've been holding on to or harboring, or just, that's protecting you. Hopefully, you can either now or find a way to allow that part to go back and retire, take a vacation, and allow you to be free. And always here to show support and love and space for you. So sending it all the love and light, Miss Mama, to you. Signing off until next time. Bye.